Namaste, and welcome to Transcend, your daily source of inspiration and spiritual wisdom. Namaste, everyone. Thanks for joining us here at Transcend. Today we're going to describe the best means of meditation. We're going to describe exactly 5 reasons why chanting, and more specifically chanting the Maha Mantra, is the best means of spiritual elevation and meditation in this age, society, in this lifetime for us. So the first reason is that the Maha Mantra, there's something called UGAs. In the Vedic astrological paradigm, there's something called UGAs. There are 4 different stages of the universe that they cycle, and they're known in other cultures: Golden Age, Silver Age, Bronze Age, Copper Age. So the idea being that right now we're in Kali Yuga, which is the age of hypocrisy, the age of quarrel, and the age, it's the most degraded out of the 4 ages. First being Satya Yuga, second being Treta Yuga, third being Dwapara Yuga, and fourth being Kali Yuga. And in this age, people's capacity for meditation, spiritual life in general, and moral principles is greatly compromised in comparison to the other ages, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga. These other ages, the pillars of Dharma are much more intact, and it's a much more sane world that is focused on spiritual enlightenment. This age is a little different, as we can see. That's actually a good topic, but we won't get into it now. But so anyway, each talking about, the different ages. But the point of bringing up these ages is that in each age, there's a different dharma for spiritual enlightenment. In Satya Yuga, sitting in meditation is the highest process for enlightenment. In Treta Yuga, the process is by offering sacrifices, offering very opulent sacrifices in the Vedic way, fire sacrifices and things like that. And in Dwapara Yuga, people worship the deity form predominantly, and that's the easiest method. But in Kali Yuga, people, these other 3 processes are a little hard for people in Kali Yuga. So in Kali Yuga, it's described in the Vedic literatures that Nam Sankirtan, which means chanting the names of God, Rama, Krishna, Vishnu, Narayan, these are all names of God. And these godly names, they are the prime means of deliverance in the age of Kali. Why? Because they're the easiest. They are, that's just it. They're the easiest method, just to chant the names of God. It's very simple. It's very easy. It doesn't take elaborate chanting of complex other mantras that have hundreds of syllables in them. It doesn't take acquiring all special purified items to offer into a yogic fire, a sacrificial fire. It doesn't take sitting in silent meditation for tens of thousands of years. It takes just one simple endeavor. Chanting the names of God takes a very simple endeavor. And so that is what's recommended in the ancient Vedas, is that by following the Yuga Dharma, the Dharma of enlightenment in the specific Yuga that you live in, it will be a lot easier to attain the higher states of enlightenment. The second reason that chanting is so powerful, and specifically the Maha Mantra, is that the Maha Mantra is known throughout the Vedic literatures as a Kalpa Vriksha tree, which means a tree that gives whatever fruit the chanter desires. So the Maha Mantra can give realization of Brahman. One can be merged into Sayujya Mukti and lose their identification and get merged into Brahman. So they can get that. They can chant the Maha Mantra with fruitive aspiration, with wanting fruitive things like good health and good wealth and just a good enjoyment in life. So that can be one aspiration. Also knowledge can be an aspiration. So the Maha Mantra, and the best aspiration, of course, is bhakti, divine love. And so all those aspirations can be found within the Maha Mantra. By chanting the Maha Mantra, one attains whatever their aspiration is. And Sri Krishna says this in the Bhagavad Gita. He says, "As they give themselves to me, I reward them accordingly." So as the practitioner gives their heart and gives their emotion and expression unto the divine form of God, in this circumstance the Maha Mantra, then that reward will come accordingly. So that's the amazing potency of the Maha Mantra, and it's a little unusual because mostly mantras, they have a specific way you have to chant them, a specific time of day, and with a specific intention. But the Maha Mantra isn't like that. The Maha Mantra can give whatever one desires. Of course, the intelligent, they desire only divine love. That is what we really are interested in. The third reason is that there's different limbs of spiritual life. Some of them are associating with spiritual people. Another one is hearing from spiritual people about spiritual knowledge. Another is meditation. Another is doing service. Another is speaking spiritual things. So when one chants the Maha Mantra, they're actually doing all the activities of spiritual life all in one. Basically, when one chants, at the same time as they get more elevated, absorption samadhi will come into the mind, and they will see Krishna. They will see the leelas of divinity playing out before them in their heart and their consciousness. And they will gradually come to a stage of perfection where they realize their own self as a higher identity called the Siddha Deha, and they will be able to experience the world of love with Krishna. Or it could be they are just simply interested in Brahman. They just want to merge into Brahman, and that samadhi will come into their heart if they are chanting. So, as you can see, service, remembrance, smaranam, samadhi, absorption, they're all coming into the heart by the simple chanting. And also hearing, obviously, hearing internally and hearing externally. That also is coming, Shravanam. So the chanting is really the essence, and it is the easiest, most practical thing. And chanting is in 3 steps, by the way. Chanting can be done silently, it can be done whispering, and it can also be done loudly to try to benefit the other living entities that are around us, including microbes and ants and insects and birds and any living entity around us, you know? It can be a plant, a tree, a blade of grass, but that will be benefited by hearing the vibrational chant of Hare Krishna. So that's another wonderful reason why it's so amazing. And to the fourth reason is that it's delineated, the truth is delineated in the Kaliya Santarana Upanishad, that chanting of the Maha Mantra is the condensed version of all the Sanskrit mantras that are meant to give something. And why is that? Because the Maha Mantra is non-different than the Godhead, Vishnu, Krishna, Radha, the goddess. All of these things are included, everything, all of the dimensions of spiritual existence are included in the Maha Mantra, and therefore all of the material expansions of life are also included in there. And of course, as we mentioned before, the intelligent, they chant and meditate with the mood of wanting transcendence, not so much material benefit, but that will come anyway, just by being a transcendentalist. So that's another reason. And another practical example, the thing is that there's also a saying, Golokera Prema Dhamma Harinam Sankirtana, which means the holy names of Krishna, the divine mantra Hare Krishna, is imported from the spiritual world. It's not even a vibration of this world. It seems like a vibration of this world to mundane people and to us who are not completely perfected. But gradually, by spiritual elevation, the true form and qualities and leelas of the divine names of Sri Krishna, they become fully unpacked in front of our very eyes, just as the lotus flower blooms very wonderfully, releasing sense and beauty. And so the Maha Mantra similarly will do that, but all in due course, according to our sincerity and genuineness of heart. And so that's just another ancient verse that describes the glory of the Harinam, the names of Hari, the names of Mukunda, Krishna, Murari, Rama. These are all the names of God. So they should be considered as spiritual vibrations, not mundane vibrations. And by associating with that mantra, the divinity will descend on us and absorb us into that existence. And that is the glory of the chanting of the Maha Mantra, is that it gives easy prospect for that. It gives easy access to that. And chanting can be done at any time of the day. It can be done while you're doing other activities. It can be done all the time. Of course, we recommend chanting. We try to chant in meditation, sitting down for at least a few hours a day. If you can't do that, then that's okay. Just try your best, you know? But there should be times for sitting chanting, and then just chanting at all times of the day, as much as you can possible. That is, you know, of course, wanted and desired. And then you will be more merged in divine consciousness more and more in your life. And another practical, nice example is that Lord Brahma, who is the creator of this material universe, when he was meditating in silence, he was meditating, trying to understand what his position was, what his existence was for. And the Maha Mantra came, Brahmaji, he heard it as Krishna's flute enter his heart. And so, by hearing the Maha Mantra come as the flute sound into his heart, he understood what he was supposed to do, what his purpose was to create the material universe, create all the living entities, and orchestrate the whole design of everything. And he understood ultimately that Krishna is his dearmost friend, and that Krishna is his supreme beloved, and that he is an extension of Krishna, meant to give Krishna, the supreme center, his pleasure, his love and expression. And so the flute song coming from the divine realm of Goloka, Vaikuntha, came into Brahma's heart, and he understood. So in that example, we can understand that silent meditation and other spiritual practices, they eventually culminate in receiving transcendental sound vibration into one's soul. And so that's called the Sarup Shakti, the internal energy of Krishna, which is covered and permeated with Krishna's flute song, i.e. the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna. So it's a pretty cool philosophy, really. It's complex, more complex than I'm even telling, but you get the idea. This is just a brief video. So these are all pretty cool reasons why chanting is so amazing. We can just go right to the top. No need to do anything else. No need to do less efficient practices that give karmic benefits. We can go right to the doorstep of transcendence, and we can beg our entrance by chanting the names of Krishna in a humble, loving mood. And in that way, all realizations will come down upon us. So I hope that was nice for you guys, and if you like this video, please feel free to like it and subscribe to my channel, and share it with your friends and family, and let me know what you think about it. Hope you guys have a nice day. Hare Krishna.